Hey guys, welcome to the Fabrelate campaigns overview video. This is it's been on the cards, and because you've signed up and you've taken interest, I want to show you why this is actually such a good site to sell your t-shirts and your hoodies on. I want to back up my claims. So what I've managed to do is I've managed to get really detailed insight into 10 of the top performing campaigns on Fabrily and 10 of the worst. We're going to delve in. I've got Google Analytics stats, and we're going to look at the campaigns together in this video, and hopefully you can see what will work and what won't work for you, and you'll have the head start that you need to sell tons and tons of items. So let's jump in. This PDF will be available, by the way, below the video, so you can jump in. So the first one we've got here is an engineering t-shirt. Now I know that this one actually came from a fan page called Interesting Engineering, but despite that it's still sold really, really well, and it's not just because it's got loads of fans. Obviously it's to do with the design as well. Now, as you can see from these stats, and you might have to download the PDF to see these in detail. I'm not sure how clear it is on your screen, but this campaign started on January the 22nd, and the traffic stopped by around about February the 19th. A lot of this was probably organic. We can probably assume that this ran from the 22nd to around about the 12th. But they sold 1,349 t-shirts, just one colour. That's how many they sold. You really can sell on this t-shirt site. Let's jump to the next one. Here we go. It's the same guys. This time they've sold 979. They offered 4 different colours. They had 68,000 visitors on this one. And yeah, you can see they did well. They sold £12, which is about $19. The previous slide doesn't have a price on this particular one, but it's really, really good, this site, for particularly on selling in the UK and Europe, where we pay more. Frankly, we just pay more for our stuff. The costs aren't more from this site, so it just equals more money in your pocket, more profit. So here we go, the third one. Here's a Cute Enough to Stop Your Heart hoodie, sold 195 at £29.99 each. That's about $50 per hoodie, which is pretty impressive. It's had 19,000 visits, and this seemed to run from about February the 5th to February the 11th, so a really short campaign, spiking at on February the 7th, and sold nearly 200 items. Here's another one. This looks like it's a motorbike niche. Drop a gear and disappear. Sold 206 between just before Christmas and looks like around about January. I reckon this one probably came from a fan page as well, but you know, that doesn't mean that we can't target them as well, you know, without the fan page. Alright, this is the first of sort of charity ones we've looked at. Now, this isn't like an official charity that's giving the money 100% of the profits, although Fabrily does do that if you're interested. But this one's against the slavery, the imprisonment of Wales. They've gone and called it Slave World, which is quite catchy. It's had 8,700 visits, sort of scattered about in November, although it looks like they had 2 big spikes. I think there is a fan page behind this, but it's not that big. Talking to to my contacts at Fabrily, that's what they said. But they managed to sell 526, so they did very well as well. Now, this is interesting because this shirt highlights how you can sell in, you know, up to, well, it's 176 countries currently that you can sell in on this site, across 3 different currencies, euro, dollar and pound. This one's a German shirt, and I spoke to one of my German friends, and he translates translated this. I hope I'm remembering this correctly. It's something to do with a German football manager and a popular phrase. They put it onto a t-shirt and they sold 196 of them at £16.50. So that's about $24–25 per t-shirt. 10,000 hits, and it looks like they went from around about February the 22nd, 23rd to March the 1st. So it's another sort of 7-day campaign. So the next one, You'll Never Walk Alone. This is a Liverpool hoodie. So this is the first example of targeting sports fans. We have a lot of examples of failed sports stuff though. Don't just think you can just do sports and it'll fly. You still need good design and good targeting. But we've seen a lot of successful sports designs in the US with Teespring. There's no reason why we can't get it the same sort of success on Fabry, but perhaps be a little bit clever about it. You know, if you go after a sports team, just, you know, all of their fans, you know, the fan pages are large, you'll rinse through your budget. If you can work an angle, you know, you can have success. Like here, there's 112 hoodies sold, again at about $50 per item. 10,000 visits. It went from around about February the 14th through, this one stretched out by the looks of things, to around about March the 3rd. But a lot of traffic and a lot of sales very early on. So here we are, a familiar one, Team Smith. They've tried it on this site as well, and they got 48 sales at $14.99, so it's about $22. Between February the 9th and February the 22nd, with the bulk of the sales being very early on. They offered it in 4 different colours, 6,000 visits. Decent. So we know that this team name type thing works here as well, if you can get the custom audience, which is the problem at the moment. Right, let's move on to some of the failed ones. So next up, we've got a hoodie aimed at teachers by the looks of things. Slightly weird price range. I don't know if this is because they set the price in one of the other currencies and didn't bother saying to, you know, set it to a specific price within the UK or not, but they didn't manage to sell any items. They offered it in 4 colours. 415 page views they had without selling, so clearly they then stopped the traffic. Probably aimed at teachers. Yeah. Let's move on. Now this is a bit of a trending subject here in the UK. So this Keep Calm and Vote Yes. There's a thing going on at the moment where Scots are voting whether or not they want sort of independence from the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom's 4 different countries together. England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. And Scotland are voting currently on whether to be a part or not a part of that. It seems they weren't particularly passionate, or the targeting was off, though, for this. I mean, it's a tough one to target the people that specifically are voting yes in the election, which might be why they failed. But they did manage to get 4 sales out of 740 page views, so which was 243 unique customers. So possibly with a little bit of a tweak on targeting, they could well have made a lot of sales and scaled this, but they didn't. Here it is. Here's a political one. Here's another sort of trending subject. I don't know if you know, but Man United this year said goodbye to a long time serving manager that got them a lot of success, Alex Ferguson, and switched to a guy named Moyes, and he's not done so well, and United have not won so many games as usual. And this looks like a shirt aimed at Liverpool fans, who are sort of the rivals of Man United, to wear you know, to really sort of show off how much they hate United and how badly they're doing. Unfortunately, they didn't seem to get any sales from it. So whether that's a targeting thing or a money thing or what, they didn't manage it. So it's an example of with the previous one as well, an example of you know, sports stuff not always working. You might be better off to focus on some of the smaller sports teams or other sports as well. We're coming up to the cricket season, for example. There's a lot of passionate cricket fans in the UK. You know, just use your brain and give it some thought and do your research, just like you did with Teespring. See what's trending. See what's popular in the UK. Ask your UK friends. And don't forget, it's not just the UK. I do keep saying the UK, it's because it's obviously where I'm from. But you know, you can sell all over Europe if you speak another language, for example. You know, for example, if you speak good Spanish, you know, there's a whole untapped market in Spain. We've seen the German one previously, French. You know, and then we've got the whole of Eastern Europe as well. To target. I think the shipping costs are also cheaper if you want to go further afield to the likes of say South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, places like that. These are fairly untapped areas, guys, because Teespring marketers seem to focus on the US. So here we go, and of course, you know, we haven't mentioned Ireland, but you can ship to Ireland as well and sell to Ireland. They operate in the euro. Which, you know, with St. Patrick's Day around the corner, perhaps it's a little bit late now, but, you know, it really gives an idea of, you know, some of the options that open up to us. So let's move on. So here we go. This is a familiar design. In this case, this girl loves Chelsea. Chelsea is a big football club in the UK. They've got the thumbs up type design, but didn't manage to sell any. However, there was only 18 pages of 4 unique people saw this, so it might be interesting to learn why this person didn't actually send some real traffic at it. It just looks like it was just on February the 20th, really. Maybe there's a hoodie design floating around, or maybe they, you know, they wanted to tweak the design and there's a new one. I'm sure a quick search on Google, searching Fabrily.com for Chelsea, I'm sure that the spies amongst you will figure this one out. Right, and then here's a team shirt that didn't do so well. We saw one that did well earlier on. So this had 12 unique page views. It didn't manage to sell any. So again, there's not really much traffic onto this. The design's alright. We know there's a lot of excitement around the name shirts. Perhaps they literally just went live and then Facebook you know, banned their custom audience or something. Who knows? But here's the stats for it, and that sold it a little bit cheaper here as well. Let's continue. So here's an example of a Liverpool hoodie, which is £10 cheaper than the other one, which hasn't sold. This is a I think they've gone into a specific area of the fans, so they have targeted really well, but haven't managed to actually sell any. So it's an example, once again, of sports teams not working. And as if everyone seems to be targeting this one sports team, there are other sports teams. Here's another Liverpool t-shirt. Not a great design. It's quite hard to see. I'd say this Never Walk Alone here is quite hard to see. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do that in white, for example. Be careful as well, because this is a liver bird which might well be copyrighted. Same sort of issues as in Teespring, guys. You know, if it's copyrighted, it is copyrighted everywhere. I think trademark is another way of saying this, of copyright. But yeah, do be careful. There haven't been any cases I've heard of ceases and desists on this site yet, but you know, as soon as it gets some attention, it's possible. So just be a little bit careful, and you know, sell. So we're into the final one, Cockney Pride. Cockney is a nickname for people from London, in case you didn't know. Adam and Eve It is Cockney rhyming slang for don't believe it, or can't believe it. Unfortunately, they didn't sell any. However, only 3 unique people saw it, so perhaps that's why. One note about this, I did just double check with my contact. They don't do this kind of printing anymore, just because it's they get charged a lot for the printing. So like Teespring, it's going to be sort of within the sort of chest area on the garments. So there you have it. The top 10 and I think another 9 top 10 winners, 9 losers, which should give you a real idea of kind of the angles people are going for already on this site. Download the PDF because you can zoom in better and go through all of this in your own at your own speed. But guys, really jump into this site, set up a campaign, you know, get your feet wet and start selling. There's some big changes coming this week and the following week. You can expect the new t-shirt designer platform to come in. I've been told that they've managed to cut their prices by a further 10%, so that means 10% less cost, so it improves our profit. There's they're launching multi-language sites, so not only can you sell to other countries in their own currency, it'll be in their own language as well, which can only improve conversions. Get on it, guys. This is incredible. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Jump in and keep an eye out. I will be launching some more training on this and some more case studies and things. But for now, there's some serious detail in here. So get using it. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.